Hey over there, Joe Lunchbox.
And Joy Nightingale.
And today, we're having our Show and Tell Episode 3.
Woo!
Now, we're going to talk more about the tell. The tell of this one is how you could walk around New York City and New York City people aren't fazed by anything. Anything at all.
That is true.
And we'll figure out what we're going to show you. I have no clue what it could be. So if you're intrigued, step right up. Let's go for this ride. And if you like what you see, that I haven't told you about anything yet, you should like this video, subscribe, all those things. You know what? They help. They help. They really do help. Please do. Please come back. We don't always do show and tell. I've been on a cane for a few days. We're trying to think of cool stuff to show you, tell you. We can't wait to really be out there having all these fun adventures. We're doing some close ones where I can walk a little, but we want to be in our van. We want to be traveling this country, sharing you the weirdest Americana, roadside America, mini golf, amusement parks, that kind of stuff. But now, we got our bag of bones here. I mean, everyone has a skeleton in their closet. He just happens to be mine. So if you want to see it, step right up. Let's go for this ride. I might have said that before, but I'm excited. We're going to say it again. Who knows if I did or didn't? You do, because you saw this video. You're watching it. Alright, so let's tell you the story about this guy. Now, obviously sitting next to us is a skeleton. He's not a real skeleton, but he's not one of those cheap skeletons you would get from Home Depot. Mm-hmm. He is a very good quality medical skeleton. And I know what you're saying. You're like, Joe, how does this have anything to do about New York City and people not being fazed by anything? It's a good story. I'm glad you asked. Well, you see, many moons ago, I was working at a tattoo parlor on Avenue A. I was managing a spot called Venus Body Arts for the tattoo side of the business. And one of our tattoo artists, a guy named Chris, had a girlfriend that was working at a store called Evolution. Mm-hmm. Now, Chris was a good friend to me. We watched his dog. Awesome, amazing people. Him and his girlfriend, Emma. And they were moving back to Arkansas. And Emma worked at a store called Evolution, like I said. And because she was leaving, one day we have to do a video there, hopefully. But to get people to come in to the store, they hang said skeleton outside the store. And Emma told me that every so many months or years, I don't remember the exact time frame, they get a new one because just the New York City grime, dogs pee on it, homeless people pee on it. Weather. It gets worn out, and what the owner did was give it to one of the employees, and then it was like a gift for them, and he'd put a new one up. That's the story that I got. And she said that he offered him one of these said skeletons, and she said, "Oh, I can't fit it in our car. No, thank you." When she told me the story, I was like, "When was this?" And she said, "Well, that was yesterday." And I'm like, "Can you tell him you changed your mind, you could fit him, and your good pal Joe is going to go pick him up for you?" And they were like, "Yeah, let me see what happens." And that happened, and then she was like, "Yeah, they said my good pal Joe can go pick him up for me. It was for me all along. Don't let anyone know."
I'm sorry, I think they know now.
So I go to said store, Evolution. It's now on Broadway. It used to be more downtown than it was. I can't remember if it was Broome Street or Spring Street. Somewhere downtown in Manhattan, in Soho area. And I walk in, I say, "Hey, my name's Joe. I'm picking up the skeleton for Emma." And they go, "Oh, okay, we have that for you." And they go in the back, and they pull out this guy. And he wasn't just here. He was ready for me to take him. They thought it was funny to put him in a body bag. A big old school black body bag. So here's this guy. He's not that light.
Not at all.
In a body bag. The body bag looks like
a body bag.
And you don't see it's just bones. It sort of looks like the shape of someone in a body bag. Spot where you put the tag in, the whole thing with the name and all that. Body bag. So I'm like, alright, I got this thing. What do? I take him, throw him on my shoulder, walk out. And I'm thinking to myself, here's a man looking the way I look. No judgment, but you might question if you saw a man that had a beard and big crazy hair walking down the street carrying a body bag that looks full over his shoulder. And I walk one block and people just walking by me. And I'm like, how isn't anyone questioning a man walking down the street with something that looks like a full body bag? This wasn't like October, Halloween time. It shouldn't have been. No one said anything on the street. I'm like, alright, I have to get on the subway now. They're going to say something here. Walk down the subway stairs, go through the turnstile. I only swiped once. I hope I didn't get a fare. He didn't have a seat. He didn't stand either. And there's two cops standing there, and they just look at me. Don't say a word. Walk right by them. Get on the subway. Standing on a crowded subway, rush hour traffic, holding a body bag over my shoulder. You would think, like New York City, they say everywhere, if you see something, say something. You'd think someone would be fazed enough to say, hey, buddy, you know you got a full body bag over your shoulder? Where are you going with that? Not a word. And you could guess where the story's going. Get to Penn Station, rush hour traffic, get on Long Island Railroad. Cops everywhere, tons of people, tons of workers. Nope, same thing like everything else. Me, with a body bag, with my friend here, Mr. Bones, in it, just trying to get him home. I wasn't doing anything wrong, but it looked very questionable. No one said a word. Whole train ride home, no one said a word.
Did you at least get a seat?
Yeah, he got a seat. He sat next to me on the train.
That's all that mattered.
And I just think it's crazy that in New York City, so populated, that everyone is so jaded that no one said anything about me with a body bag, with a skeleton. Mind you, medical skeleton, not real medical skeleton, but good quality fake medical skeleton. And that's the story of how we got Mr. Bones in our personal collection. And that's episode 3 of Show and Tell.
Yep.
I hope you liked it. I know we had a third person joining us.
Episode 3 people. There you go.
Don't worry, episode 4 ain't going to be like 2 skeletons here or anything. But I think we can call it.
I think so.
Episode 3 of Show and Tell. The story of Mr. Bones. Been there, done that. Remember, folks, safe travels.
Good eats.
And live life. Bye, folks! Take care!